Everybody, wanted to try out this going live situation. Never done it before. Have no idea what I'm doing, but I thought I'd give it a go, give it a try, and see what happens, and share a little bit about what I've been doing, and you know, just talk a little bit about some RSD stuff. I just did another video on 5 new ways to manage your RSD, and I'm going to go through some of it. I don't know how this really works. I don't know if people like sometimes chat or ask questions, but I'm sure people will educate me as we go. So with the 5 new ways to manage RSD, it's been about 2 years since I've done my first video, which was 3 ways to manage RSD. And gosh, I can't believe the response that I got from that. Like, I had no idea that video, I mean, at the time when I did it, probably one of my first 3 to 4 videos I've ever recorded. And it just took off for me. So to have like 30,000 views on a video is crazy to me. Actually, I don't know if I could do it now, but find some of the comments on that video. Actually, yeah, might as well just do it right now. Why not? And just kind of share a little bit about what people have said on that video. Oh, wrong mouse. A lot of the comments were just really thanking me for helping them identify. I didn't, again, like when I did this video, I had no idea that it was affecting this many people, and so many people were relating to it. It was just a pretty just astonishing revelation for me. But so here's one that I can read and talk a little bit about, give some feedback. I got too many mouses here. Okay, so it's now these usernames some of them I can't even pronounce. So bear with me. So at MAIN3UI, he says, or she or whoever, I developed RSD after being in a very complex environment at work. It was more that I was very open and thrown into the center of a very complex and hostile context that wasn't dealt with openly and escalated over many years. It was the consequence of very manipulative people, including threats like, I know where you live. It took many years of getting worse and worse despite me being deeply introspective. I almost never put my problems onto other people or denied criticism, but I still spiraled. And I appreciate you saying that. That word spiral, gosh, comes up so often in my office when we're talking about this stuff. People feel like they just, when they get emotional, they're just like on this downward spiral. So I can definitely see where you're coming from. I also persisted doing the right thing despite the crippling emotional pain and almost nonstop negative rumination. That's the other thing. Big time rumination, which kind of leads into like, so in my 5 new ways of managing RSD, I talk a little bit about OCD and some of the cycle that goes with that, and rumination, and can blend into like an obsession. And then there's a compulsion. People want to like do something to like get some temporary relief of the obsession or the thing that they're ruminating about. and then they do that behavior, but then it gives them temporary relief, but then it absolutely comes right back. And so it's like kind of like that boomerang effect where um, it comes right back and it just starts all over again. And then people are kind of like, what the hell is going on with my brain right now? I just want to put my head through a wall. And last night, somebody was telling me about that too. He just wants his brain to just stop. He can't stop it. Um, So we're okay. Where was I here? So I personally think RSD in my case has more to do with overly strong emotional connections to other people combined with being too open and honest. Yeah, that's definitely the vulnerability part. Um, it's a lot. It can be a lot for people, especially people who are not vulnerable um, to begin with. So there's a comment here, Jazz Minsky. She said, or he said, definitely. Thanks for commenting and giving some feedback is always good too, as long as it's legible and productive. I appreciate the feedback. Um, so I personally think RSD in my case has more to do with overly strong emotional connections to other people combined with being too open and honest. And it's hard to know, right? It's hard to know like how open, how soon should you be open with people? It's like a lot of factors there. It's tough to know. Um, but I give you a lot of credit for just going there, just trying. Part of you is alive in other people, and it can give you a lot of sensitivity to create great relationships, but it can also destroy you too. So, kind of like speaking to like the highs and lows of things. I mean, destroy is a pretty strong word. That can be pretty crippling for anybody. I do agree that taking criticism is important, but rejection is sometimes unfair and objectively untrue, and that is what I struggled with. Man, really great insights here. Um, Boy, this was really introspective. I want to read that last part again. I want to comment on that. I do agree that taking criticism is important, but rejection is sometimes unfair and objectively untrue. And that is what I struggled with. So, gosh, this is so loaded with so many things. Um, Criticism, yeah. So, what's the difference? What's the difference between criticism and constructive feedback, as people would say? Criticism, by definition, right, is that there's an implication that there's something like inherently wrong with you. Basically, you suck. And constructive feedback is more of like the intention behind the person is not to like crush you, destroy you. It's to like openly communicate something that they think is helpful in some way. The intent is to connect. It's the intent is not to destroy or put you down. Um, and then we have, in my video, 5 New Ways is I talk about perception.